So welcome back to another episode, and welcome to an unexpected guest.
Hey.
We have another fellow Canadian content producer, a YouTuber, femme trooper. Her name is Paige.
Yep.
It came to Vancouver, and I'm like, we gotta hang out and talk about games. And so she's come out to hang out with me and Kim for the day, and we went out shopping for video games, doing a whole bunch of fun things that way. I gotta say, you've been on YouTube for about 11 years.
A long time now.
A long time.
A long time.
And you have a smaller channel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think you deserve a lot more subscribers.
Well, thank you.
A lot more subscribers. The one thing I love about Paige's channel, and the reason why I want to have you on, is because, and I'm not saying anything about any gamer girls out there or anything like that, but you really play video games like me and Kim. And that's why we've always gotten along and things like that. And I want to bring you on and talk about what it was like being in the 90s, what got you into games, and how you became so hardcore with it all, and why obsessive, like we all are, for some of this stuff and all that. But let's go back to the beginning. Let's talk about your name of your channel, because when I first came to your channel, I was like, Femme Trooper. I'm like, is this a feminist channel?
No.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I thought it was. I'm like, Femme Trooper. I thought there was like an angle, which I found out there wasn't. Yeah.
It was just, I think, just a play on words with Stormtrooper. And it's been so long now, I don't really have a great origin story.
That's fun, though. It was just like, Femme Trooper.
I don't know. It just worked, and then I stuck with it, and it's always been my username now.
Yeah, doing it for 11 years is just so crazy. And right next door to me, basically, in Vancouver here.
Yeah.
What got you started with video games?
It was a random purchase. My parents bought me Super Nintendo.
Wow.
And then I don't remember if... It's sometimes I always think, did they buy me a Game Gear first? I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Just random.
How old were you?
About 5.
Was it a good reaction? Were you like,
and I remember, I'm pretty sure F-Zero was the first game I ever played.
Nice.
We set it up in my parents' bedroom, and it was like, well, it was a whole new world now.
Yeah.
It's
but
great.
had you played video games before that? Maybe a little bit of
I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't think so. Maybe at my cousin's? I don't remember.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was like 5.
What a console to start with, the Super Nintendo.
The best.
Yeah. What is like your favorite game on the Super Nintendo?
It's Earthbound.
Yeah. We were just talking about that and all of that.
Yeah.
And you were telling me you got it for like $60?
Yeah, I got it for $60 at our local store in Calgary.
Yeah.
In maybe 2000.
Yeah. Oh,
maybe 2001.
When prices were reasonable, and you were saying that you thought it was expensive.
Well, it was expensive at the time because it was a Super Nintendo game, so it should have been like $20 or something.
Yeah,
because it was old passe and
Yeah. Hey, even Rob back then walked past a used bin.
Yeah.
And he's like at a Radio Shack.
Yeah.
And there was a copy of Earthbound. And it was selling it was like $20 or $30. He said, "Oh no. It's probably here for a reason. I don't want it."
Well, yeah.
And all that. So what was
I just wanted it. Yeah.
So what was it that drew you to Earthbound? It's kind of interesting.
I used to rent it a lot.
Yeah.
And so I used to I would rent that and Super Mario RPG. Those were the RPGs that I was fascinated by.
Right.
And it was just it was so different from the stereotypical like side-scrolling Mario that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was so different because it was like, aerial view. There were like towns, and I was so drawn to it. I don't think I knew what was going on.
It kind of kept your imagination. You didn't know what was going on.
But I was like, this is so cool because it was like there were houses, and then you could go a little further, and there were like stores, like a pizza.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it was so different that I was like, I was just so drawn to it, and there were like enemies that would come up to you. Like it was just not like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Or the other stereotypical like games that it was always side scrolling.
Right.
This was different, and Earthbound was just one of the games I happened to play. So I mean, if it would have been something else, I would have probably liked that. But.
Yeah, it was a magical game though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was was that the first game to get you into RPGs?
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's why it's but I just recently replayed it and I still love it.
Oh yeah,
still love it just as much.
It holds up extremely well. It
does.
So back then you're like, I kind of understand how to play this. I kind of don't.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't really know what this is. Yeah. And I didn't know, and I'd always you'd rent it, but there'd always be different save files.
Oh my God, somebody else's save file, and then it'd be in a different town. So I'd be like, what's going on here? And it was it was so fascinating to me. When did you actually finish the game? Was it like later on?
I actually finished it for the first time, I believe, 2013. 2013 or 2012.
Oh wow! For the first time,
I'm serious.
But what was it? What was it like? So a game you played as a child that you finally playing it a bit older? Was it as good as did it live up to what you started with?
It did. And it's funny because I'm sure I played it at home, but I'm so nostalgic for it because whenever I play it, I always feel like I'm at like my grandma's house.
Oh,
it's like really brings back memories of like being at her house and like she'd go we'd drive off and like her old like Chevy Caprice and like go rent a game at Rogers Video.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Back when you would rent movies and video games and all of that kind of thing.
We used to rent it. So I always went to her house and I would bring my Super Nintendo over and I would hook it up by myself because my dad made sure he taught me how to do it so he didn't have to do it every time.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then and we just did that and I don't know, I just like that game for some reason just stuck with me.
And it's funny because
it's so different.
It was like a Goonies adventure, wasn't it? Yeah, like, that's kind of what it was for me. Yeah.
It's like so colorful, but like weird, quirky. It's so weird and like quirky writing. And I think there was something about it that was just so different that I'm like, this is neat. And then I kind of, I thought about it as time went on, and that's why in like 2000 I wanted it. I was still a kid, but I wanted it. Yeah. And then I don't know. I've liked it. Nothing has ever topped it.
No.
For me.
Did you ever play the Mother 3?
Yes.
You did? Did you?
Yeah, I have a repro card of it.
Yeah, me too.
And I love it. It's not. I don't love it more than Earthbound, but it's definitely high up for me.
Yeah.
Because it's just. It's that style. I want more games like that.
Isn't it weird? Don't we? Yeah. Like all these years later, Nintendo knows that we want another Earthbound, another Mother.
Do.
And they just keep teasing.
I know.
Reggie keeps teasing and all of this, and it's like,
I know.
Like but we're never getting it.
No.
I remember when Smash Brothers came out, and you saw the side view level for NES, and you're like, oh my god, this is what Earthbound's going to be. They're going to make a 3D version, and they never did.
No, and they put him in there.
I know.
It's weird.
And then they bring on Lucas, and they're like, why do you keep teasing us?
It's a weird one.
Because they show Fire Emblem characters, and then we finally got Fire Emblem. A lot of Fire Emblems.
They brought that back.
I know.
Time.
I don't know what's going on with Earthbound and all that.
I don't know.
But it's funny because the name of the video is "Do Girls Play Video Games?"
Yeah.
And the reason why it was called that was like a joke thing because it was not normal. No, I wouldn't say normal.
No.
There was not a lot of girls playing video games back then.
Like when I used to play Pokemon at recess, I used to bring like the Game Link cable and we'd all sit against the wall at recess and just sit there like this.
Yeah.
But it was all guys.
Yeah.
It was just me and a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I feel like, well, girls, I guess, liked it too, but I had the game part because there's so many aspects to it, the cards, the show, Yeah. But I was into the game part of it big time. Yeah. And it was mostly guys.
It's mostly guys.
Mostly guys. But I was definitely a tomboy.
Do you know? I saw things changing for the better.
Yeah.
When I must have been around 21.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy VII came out.
Okay.
And I think that was one of the gateway things for everybody. And there's my local anime store that I would go to. Yeah. And all of a sudden, there started becoming girls would come in with cat ears, talking about Final Fantasy VII.
And you're like,
it was like, well, this is really different.
Yeah.
And they're like, Sailor Moon had just come on TV.
Yeah.
Gundam Wing, Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball Z. It was on, and it was a big explosion. And I think girls were like, hey, like who knows what direction they were coming from? Who cares?
Yeah.
But they're like, I like all this anime stuff.
Yeah.
I like Final Fantasy. It was cool to like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then all of a sudden, then this girl was in the store, I remember, and she's like, I finished Final Fantasy VII like 4 times.
Whoa,
and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And there's and that was the boom.
Yeah.
That's when things changed, and it was no longer like such a dude thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's definitely changed a lot. I mean, it still seems to sort of be associated with guys. I don't know. But
you look in the YouTube sphere now.
Well.
There's so many girls up there.
There are, yeah. That's great.
Like Kim, you can't even sit and talk in the room about video games and all those sorts of things like that. It's like Kim's hardcore.
It's so much better now.
It's so much better now. And I think there's so many more games.
Oh, for everybody.
For everybody.
Something for everybody.
Something for everybody.
Yeah.
And all that. What would you say? So you grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
What were your favorite genres? Was it like RPGs was your main thing?
In the 90s, it was always platformers.
Platformers.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Love all that stuff and love, and then I like, like racing games and stuff. But it was like, I really liked RPGs just to play around with them.
Yeah.
Not really sure what I was doing at first.
Right.
Yeah, but then always platformers.
Right.
Like, huge into all that stuff, like Donkey Kong Country, big fan.
Yeah.
And just all those kind of games. They're just so fun. But yeah, lots of rentals, lots of wacky stuff. When did
you kind of realize that, wait a second, I don't just play video games, I'm I'm collecting them now, and I'm thinking about them. I'm being a bit more obsessive about them, rather than a casual thing I kind of do.
Maybe more into my early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like then I started to realize because I went through a phase where it was not gaming so great and as a teenager, and then all of a sudden I got way more into it, and I think part of it YouTube.
Yeah.
Brought because you can watch people and see other people like all this stuff,
yeah.
right? And you're like, this is so cool. And then I got more into it. But then I went through that YouTube thing where you're like, I'm buying for buying kind of thing.
Right.
That's bad.
Yeah.
So then I got kind of out of that. And then, now I love it because to me, every time I finish a game, it feels like a... I don't know, I can check something off.
Of the backlog, I feel accomplished.
Well, yeah, I feel accomplished, but I also feel like I'm a part of something.
Right. Yeah,
That's my big thing.
You can be part of that narrative, that conversation about the game.
Because people would talk about something that I'd never played, and I always feel like, I don't. That sounds so neat.
But I don't know anything.
But I don't know anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And now you're like, well, I have beat Final Fantasy VII, so I feel like I'm part of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No, I totally know.
I love that. That's the
yeah.
best thing ever, to be like a part of the fandom.
Hey, and here's something that we actually have never talked about.
Yeah.
What is your all-time favorite video game of all time? It's not Earthbound.
It
is.
is.
It is.
It is.
I didn't actually know that it was.
It is. It's 100%. Yeah, I have games that have come real close.
Like what?
Dragon Quest 11.
That's a good one.
And Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Right.
Really high up, and actually Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or 8 whatever you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's high up because it's just
the replayability is insane.
It's so good that it's I know it's not a JRPG and it's not whatever, but it's the best. We can't stop playing it.
Now, if you look back on your backlog and a lot of popular games that people are like, oh, you have to play this. What are some that you're like, I need to play before I die?
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, there's just too many, isn't there?
There's a few. There's old ones where it's okay, I've never played Xenogears.
Oh, you got to do that.
Okay, and I've never played Suikoden.
That'd be a nice one to do.
Yeah. So there's a few there, some PS1.
Sure.
There's some few classics, but I've tried. I recently played the remaster of Grandia.
Yeah.
I finally got to check that off.
Yeah, and that's a long game, isn't it?
And there's some Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
So I just recently got the Pixel remaster.
Yes, that's great.
I've never played the original.
Oh,
played the original Dragon Quest, but
Yeah.
I've never played the original Final Fantasy. So I want to play that next, just as something for fun, because it's not long.
Are you going to do the first one? Are you going to go in order?
I think I might just start with Final Fantasy 1. I just really want to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Turning up the experience of money. You fly through.
Well, it's the I played Dragon Quest 1 on the remaster on Switch. The mobile.
Yeah. It's another.
I know. I liked it though.
Yeah, Kim did all three.
I did all three back to back. It was so fun. So I want to do the same with Final Fantasy because I just haven't played those.
Right.
So there are a few classics where it's I've never played that.
Yeah, Xenogears is a great one.
Xenogears, though, I hear such good things, so I feel I really got to play that.
So it's one of those things that's been the hard thing on the show that I recommend a game from 1998. Like Xenogears or something. Yeah. And then somebody goes to play it and they're like, oh, it's such an old game.
Yeah.
It's
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. You have to be in that certain mindset, I said, to play a game from back then now.
Oh, yeah. And because some of them can be, really grindy. And it depends what it is, I guess. But
I'm going to say to you, because I got you on the spot, you got to play Ys 8.
Yes, okay.
We saw it in Willow today on PS5.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
I know, because that's another series that I just haven't. There's so many.
I know.
There's so many.
And you said you're also trying to finish all the Dragon Quest games.
That's my goal, is to finish all of them. I'm doing pretty good. So
You're doing 8 right now.
8 right now. I mean, and I'm about 50 hours in.
Oh my, you're going.
I'm going.
You're going. 8's a really good one though.
It's great.
It's
I'm right now. I would say it's my number 2. Dragon Quest 11 is. It's hard to.
Kim put 8 as her. Kim really loves 8. Even I do.
It's really good
it's in my top
though.
5,
I like it. I like the characters. It seems really heartwarming. It's totally up my alley.
It's kind of like a nice exploration vibe too.
Yeah.
So you get to a spot and you're like, oh, I can't go here yet. I need to go level up.
The
old days. The old days.
But I like that in Dragon Quest. So I'm obsessed with it. So I'm really love Dragon Quest.
So we'll kind of end off. What are some games that you're looking forward to?
Okay.
Coming in the next 6 months.
Oh yeah. Big time Super Mario RPG remake.
That was
God.
You must have lost your mind when that.
I was like, oh my God, because I heard the music.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, because that's the intro to it, and I was with Peach there, and I was like, oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That they're doing that, because I just thought, well, more people will be exposed to it.
Totally.
That's what I love, because I'm a huge port advocate.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Come on, bring all these, because then people can play them, and then I replay them because it's fun.
Yeah, it gives you an excuse to replay that same game with a nice facelift.
Yeah, exactly. Because I really want the HD 2D of Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah.
But I don't know when we're ever getting that.
Nothing's been shown since the original showed it. Yeah.
So I don't know when that's happening, but I'm excited for that whenever that comes out. Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm excited for that just because I love all of those.
We all like
Mario. I just love it.
It's charming.
Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah.
Because that's gonna be awesome. I loved the two before. Like they're so good.
Yeah.
And it's just super fun.
Oh yeah.
And then actually, we'll see if Stars comes out soon.
Very soon.
That looks really cool. Man, there's a bunch. But yeah, those are Super Mario RPG. That's like I'm really hyped for that. That's like a big,
did you play that when it first came out, or was it a few years later?
Probably. I probably rented it when it first came out. I remember the stand in the store at Rogers.
Oh my god.
Getting excited. I rented it with my grandma.
Oh, it would have been so good to get the stands now.
Yeah, so I own it, and I beat it on Super Nintendo. So I'm excited to just relive it because it's so good. I just love it.
I know. I got my copy that I bought like the day it came out. It's like, geez, and it's like that's like now is like nearly 27 years ago.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like crazy, boom, just like that and all that. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming on today. We had a really fun time. We're all gonna go out for dinner and talk more video games right now and all that. But we just thought we'd share some, some different perspectives as well on video games. And I've been watching you for years on your show, and then it was like so nice to have you here. It's like we're so tripping out that we were you were on the set because I watched I watched you, and then you're here. It's like it's really
like it's a real place.
But yeah, it is a real place.
Like the places on YouTube aren't real, and they're like
they are real. I mean, for sure, it's been so nice having you.
Yeah.
And so, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and definitely check out Fem Trooper's channel down below. So, anyways, guys, until next time.